People ask me, how do you manage F5 traffic certificates? Well, you could just log into each big IP device and manually go through the certs, but that gets old. F5's Big IQ has long been able to track your certificates and provide alerts before they expire. But you probably want more than just to get an alert. You probably want a solution for importing or creating certificates, as well as a means to push new certs to groups of devices or to add them to traffic profiles. What you want is true certificate management. That's where BigIQ 5.2 comes in. BigIQ provides the tools you need to effectively store and manage certificates and keys. Let's take a look. Here we see BigIQ 5.2. The interface is a bit different from previous releases, and this is a pre-release, so the interface may change. But at the top we see we have tabs for monitoring, configuration, deployment, device management, and managing BigIQ systems. Certificates are managed through the Configuration tab. We'll click on Certificate Management, and from the Certificate tab, you can see a list of all your certs and keys. You can see the status of the certificate, the state, that is the certificate being managed by BigIQ, and other useful information, such as the name and the expiration date. You can even customize the view by, say, sorting columns or by adding and removing columns. From this tab, we can also start managing the certs and keys. For example, we can create new certificates, import certificates, and generate reports. We can also set up alerts. Creating a new certificate is easy. Simply press the Create button and a form comes up. Enter in the information your certificate requires, such as the name, whether it's going to be a self-issued certificate or whether it's going to come from a certificate authority, common name, other information about the certificate, such as the key properties, the key type, the size of the key, the password that will be used, and hit Save. The certificate will appear on the certificate screen. Once you've created a certificate, it's easy to push it out to a big IP. Select your certificate, decide which devices you want to pin it to, and hit Select. Later during the deployment process, this will be pushed out to the big IP that you've selected. It's simple to generate reports from the Configuration tab. Simply click the Report button and a CSV file is created. This file contains all the information you might need or understand your certificates. I have slightly formatted this report for readability. Going back to the search screen, one of the more useful features is the ability to see related items. Let's select one of our certificates and choose Show Related Items. Here we'll see that this cert is used on 2 different SSL profiles, 3 different big IP devices, and on 4 different virtual servers. I can click through to any of these objects and manage that object and save it and deploy it later. I can select one of those objects, see all the configuration settings, make changes if necessary, and then save those changes for later deployment. As you see, certificates can be managed or unmanaged. An unmanaged cert hasn't been imported into the BigIQ, so all it knows is the certificate metadata. Certs created in BigIQ are by default managed. Unmanaged certs can easily be imported. So that's certificate management in BigIQ 5.2. It's simple and helpful for accounts struggling to stay ahead of aging certs or out-of-policy certificates. So that's certificate management in BigIQ 5.2. It's simple and helpful for accounts struggling to stay ahead of aging or out-of-policy certificates.